Hello everyone, Yogi with you again. Today I have taken the subject of caviar. In December when we started the tasting menu, I forayed or entered into caviar for my tasting menu. Why did I do that? Because I just love caviar too much. In earlier days, in corporate days, when I was in corporate, I would travel to have a good caviar, and it was with me. Now I'm back to cooking again, and I wanted to put it on the table. At that time, when we were doing research on caviars in Malaysia, I could get the Malaysian local caviar, which is telur. I could get caviar from Frederick, a very dear friend of mine, but I was not getting the flavors of caviar that are already with me, which is categorically the Iranian caviar. Luckily, at that time, I came across an email sent by an Iranian gentleman called Steffen. He's right here. Hey, Steffen. And he wanted to meet me and discuss about caviar. And we immediately met that day evening. He had got with him the beluga. That's the beluga, the imperial beluga. And we tasted it. We had it, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want. And that's how the caviar story started, with flour, using Iranian caviar. Now, what is the difference? What is caviar? The word caviar, it's now a French delicacy, but it was not like this in earlier days. Caviar is how the Iranians call it. Khav space Ya, or you may end it with the R. Am I correct, Stephen? Yes. So the word caviar, as we speak today, is actually caviar, which comes from Persia, today known as Iran. And sturgeon fish has been living in the waters of the Caspian Sea and now found in Black Sea as well since thousands of years. And Iranians loved their caviar, the Persians loved their caviar, and reached right up to Russia, the Tsars, and that's what gave value to caviar. And caviar is the roe of a sturgeon fish. Roe means the egg of a fish. The fish type is sturgeon. Now in sturgeon, the best sturgeon caviar comes from the beluga. The flavor, the egg size, everything is beautiful. And a beluga is harvested, or it is ready or prime for their eggs when it is 18 years. Stefan, correct? 18 years. And you have the other types like the osetra, and you have the third type, the sevruga. These are the old school caviars. In today's world, you have too many other types. You have the Chinese caviars known as caviaris, they're hybrids, and so many things. So let's go back. The Russian Tsars started taking caviars from Persia in lots, and it entered only royalty. It was a big thing into the banquets of the Tsars, and from there it entered Europe. That's how caviar became a royalty product. Coming from Persia, coming from the Russian water, the Caspian Sea goes all the way. And caviar became very important. It became very expensive. Now, as time passed, the royalty consumed too many of the sturgeon caviars, which brought in scarcity of the fish, the beluga. Today, you can only farm a fish for caviar. Laws around the world to save the fish. Today the caviar is expensive only because of that. The rarity, the cost of breeding beluga is very high. When you talk about 18 years of harvest, and an osetra 12 years, a berry 12 years, a sevruga slightly less, I'm not sure about the years. Right? That harvesting year also determines the size of the egg and the flavor of the egg or the caviar. Now this is about caviar, a bit of history, and why caviar was expensive then or not available to the common man, and why is it expensive today, but it is available to the common man. So this is what it is. Now let's move forward. One more point. In those days, the Russians would have caviar with just baked potato. It is just amazing. Now, I read it somewhere. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. But the blinis, the nice fluffy Russian pancake, which we have, is today. But in those days, they used to just bake a potato and have caviar with potato. It's amazing, right? And at flour, I don't know why, unknowingly, we did it. We have a dish, it's become almost my signature. It is a signature, I must say. It's going to be a year now. We do caviar in the dishes called earth and sea, in which I use the earth as beetroot, a root, and potatoes also a root. It's amazing how earth and sea marriage works far better than having caviars as garnishes or with what we will do now is, let's open each caviar tins. This tin on my right, so it'll be your left maybe, on my right is an Imperial Beluga. Belugas are available worldwide, but what gets the name of Imperial Beluga? Imperial name is given to an egg which is bigger than the normal Beluga egg size, which is slightly above 3.5 mm. Persian are the ones who hold the tag of the Imperial. They are the ones who get the Imperial Belugas. Now, the one on my left, this one is a Beiri. You read here? It's a Beiri caviar. What's Beiri? It's a Russian sturgeon. Very close to Cetra, but flavor-wise shifts a little bit. Now let's open these tins and let's keep talking to my dear friends Brandon and Steffen as I open the tin. We'll open the Beiri first. Brandon, what made you
with this particular product, the Imperial Beluga? And he said, bro, you need to try this. You know, you can't find this here. We'll be the first to bring it if you want to monetize this. I said, yeah, sure, we'll try it. I've never tried caviar before. Had it for the first time, changed my life. I said, Steffen, let's do it.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Life changing. Okay, now, tin, legalities, critical. Both will be the same, but I'll touch this one as I've opened the Beiri. When you get a caviar, it is very important, Steffen, I'll need your help here, to understand if you're having a legal caviar in your country or not. The caviar tin is closed at the back. What you see is an approval. This approval is called, Steffen?
CITES.
It's called CITES. And how do you read a CITES? How do you understand? How do you read a label?
The CITES actually is based off the CITES code, which is there is a digit numbers to show this
Can you
product.
Show? Okay, so this you see this here in English? A big barcode kind of thing?
That is proof that this product is legal to be exported from Iran to overseas.
Can you show me on your phone how does an illegal caviar look?
I do have, but give me a second.
We don't have a tin here, but if you can show the picture of how it looks. You showed me something with some Persian language, remember?
True.
Yeah, okay, so let's show a CITES which is very different to an approval. You know, have a look here based on what he said. Now this, what you read here, what you see here, that the production date, and below that I used some binary digits. That's a CITES. And now here is a picture of a caviar available in your country, in Malaysia, in fact, which has everything written in Persian, and I don't read any barcode kind of thing here. Is there anything here?
There is no CITES because this product is actually it's sold by only Iranian countries.
Yeah, so this product is generally meant for consumption in the country itself for production, or if you go as a tourist, you may wish to buy the tin for yourself, but it is not supposed to be exported. So it's very easy now to find out if you're having a legal caviar or not, and I suggest you ask your supplier if it is legal to buy that caviar in Malaysia. Now let's open this tin. Beautiful, see the packing. You know, unlike the Western caviars, Iranian caviars are packed in glass jars. Lovely glass jars. See that? No metal. And see even at the back. So CITES continues even from your label, and the same codes even continue on your tin. Correct?
Correct.
That's an Iranian caviar, my dear friends. Beautiful glass jars. That's a 50-gram jar. Now, nicely sealed. That's an export seal. That's an export seal. Take it out. I generally use a knife because it's beautiful, berry caviar. Have a look at it. X size, Steffen? What is this X size?
2.8, if I'm not mistaken, to 2.9.
2.8 to 2.9 mm. Beautiful. Have a look at it. Outstanding caviar. Outstanding. Now, I'll place it back. See, the temperature of caviar is very critical. We store it in our chillers at around 2 degrees to 4 degrees, but 2 degrees is perfect. So if you buy a caviar and you're not going to have it at that time, do not freeze it. Put it in your chiller at 2 degrees. It's okay. When you have a caviar, always have a bed of ice ready and put a caviar on that, because the caviar is enjoyed when it is cold. Otherwise, it is the egg. It becomes fishy. You don't have salmon roll, right? You want to have a caviar. Now, another important thing about caviar, enjoyed in mother of pearl spoons. Why are these spoons used? It's nothing to do with anything else. It's nothing to do with the richness of a caviar. No, it has to do with metal. If you use a metallic spoon into a caviar, it oxidizes and the flavor changes. You can use a plastic spoon, you can use a glass spoon, you can use mother of pearl spoon, but it has to be non-metal. Okay guys, let's dig into this. In the meantime, I'll open the beluga as well. Come on!
Don't mind if I do.
Yes, do the honors. And Stefan, please describe the flavor as an Iranian. Let the guests know from you.
It's more creamy. But
Taste first. Come on, we know you know your flavor by heart. I'm opening the beluga at the same time. And why do you put a caviar on your, like a tequila shot? Why do you do that?
it's more enjoyable to feel the caviar when you try it in your own hands.
Really?
I think so.
I think it's nonsense, bro. What makes sense for me is because we're going to share a tin of caviar, you don't want to use your spoon in your mouth and put it back in, and your partner or anyone has to do that.
Why should
Isn't
this
that
be
more
so?
logical or real?
Could be.
Could be? What do you mean say could be? Come on. Help me. Okay. Brandon,
Yep.
you are a golf player and I've heard you have a stronger grip. Please.
You thought the site is based on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah? No, it's okay.
What the hell? It's wet, man.
Okay.
Unless you have a dry cloth. Oh,
Okay.
Have a look at this beluga. Outstanding. Outstanding. See the eggs. I'll lift it in a spoon. There. Have a look. Stefan, what's the size of these eggs? 3.4? 3.6?
This one is 3.5 to 6.
3.5 to 6 mm, guys. The imperial beluga. See the color. It's beautiful. Lovely color. Now, let me try the beluga first. I love beluga. Outstanding. Lovely. It's gone. Wow. Okay. Oh. Lovely. Can we have a lovely? Without can we please have some champagne? Okay, so for those who enjoy caviar, you should have a lovely champagne with it. Sorry for the pop. Caviar is best enjoyed with champagne or a beautiful glass of Chablis. I prefer champagne. Yeah, in Piedmont Sui. By the way, again, I'm one of the few restaurants in KL who holds it. I bought 90% of the stock, I think. But anyway, it's beautiful champagne. Let's have some champagne, guys. And enjoy our caviar.
thank you.
As we keep talking to our guests. Caviar. I'm going to use the berry now.
You haven't tried the berry yet?
Yes. Let me see. Oh, beautiful. How lovely. Outstanding. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh, wow. Lovely, right?
Yeah.
Wow. On a nice sunny day, having caviar with Piedmont Sui, non-vintage. Beautiful 2 caviars on the table. Now let me explain the flavors of caviar. A berry caviar, the egg size, which is smaller, the flavor in the mouth is more saltier than anything else. I feel the salt because a caviar is cured in salt. It is sea salt. So this gives me a strong push of salt. But the beluga is completely different. Beluga gives me a beautiful nutty flavor. Right, Stefan? What do you think? A beautiful nutty flavor. The creaminess is on the higher side, and it's the end finish is just outstanding. It's just outstanding, and you don't feel fishy at all. In fact, the flavor in the mouth is the whole sea. Now, I hear many people, even if you do Google search flavors of caviar, I don't know why the connoisseurs of caviar say caviar pops. It pops in the mouth. No, that's all bullshit. I don't believe it as a chef. I don't buy that crap. A caviar has a firm skin. For example, as a beluga, skin is very firm. Have a look. I'm taking the spoon and just rolling it out, but it does not break. It does not break at all. All eggs are still the same, including in the jar. Now, caviar has a very firm skin, but that firmness breaks immediately as you roll a caviar between your tongue and your palate. Oh. So for me, it is a firmness of skin apart from people telling me a caviar must pop. No, not necessarily. Caviar doesn't pop. Maybe the caviaris that you've been having, they're actually hybrid caviars from two different sturgeons. Maybe they pop. I'm not sure. I'm not a fan of those. I'm a fan of Persian caviars, and I do that at Flower. Now, what is your views as an Iranian, as a guy who knows caviar and who is into the business of caviar only because you are passionate about the caviar, aren't you? And to do that, you have also introduced the best farm in Iran today to us, Miras. So tell me, Stefan, what do you think about why are you so passionate about caviar?
Because caviar is an item you have to enjoy it in so many ways. As what you see from the caviar, you can enjoy it as many ways as you want. But how you feel it, how you enjoy the caviar in your mouth, is how you describe your feeling at the same time.
It's beautiful, right?
It's very beautiful.
It's food-gasmic.
Thank you.
Outstanding. You know, in a good caviar, you actually don't need anything. Now I'll tell you the effect. What happens if a caviar tin is open for long? Is, see, this both are on ice. All right, the beluga and the berry. But have a look. This caviar tin is now open for more than 10 minutes, right? We are here for more than 10 minutes. But have a look. It starts oozing out. It's oil. You know why? It's only on the top because the sun is falling on it and it starts leaving oil. But as you go deeper, the oil fades away. So a caviar becomes more sticky the longer it is on your table. So it's not bad. There's nothing right, there's nothing wrong about it. But just that the external temperature starts working on it. The flavor still don't change. It's beautiful. Guys, outstanding. Just so today, I'm sorry I get emotional. A good caviar, you know what an impaled beluga is, briefly, but you do know how to check if your caviar is legal or not, especially in Malaysia. Please keep your eyes open. Do not click on anything you see on internet. For me, there's only one company in this entire country that gets in Iranian caviar legally, and that is
Natural Organica.
Natural Organica Trade. Steffen came and told me that the rarest almas in the world today, 43-year-old, is going to be harvested, and only 1 kg of eggs were noticed or seen. And trust me, it is the rarest in the world, and the bids opened worldwide. You will be happy to know that Malaysia has won the bid through Flower and Natural Organica, and Flower will be the sole proprietor of the 1 kg of Almas Beluga, which is the rarest in the world. 43-year-old Almas Beluga sturgeon. Very rare. Very, very, very rare. When it should be there on my table as soon as the next menu begins. That's not all. In the history of berry sturgeon, it is a rarity that the sturgeon reaches 28 years of age. Am I right, Steph? 24 years of age. It's very rare. Somehow in the Caspian Sea. By the way, Miras farms in the sea itself in Iran. Big cages put in the sea and they put the fishes inside. So it's a very natural kind of farming and not a farming done offshore anywhere on land side where you put water inside. This is in the Caspian Sea, farming is done and it is approved by the Iranian government. It is under the strict governance of the Iranian government, right? Now, first time it seems, that's what Steffen tells me, and I also did my research, a berry to reach 24 years and give eggs. Total 9 kgs of eggs went for bidding and we bought them all. So Flower with Natural Organica has won 2 bids. One is 1 kg of Almas Beluga, which is the rarest in the world today, 43-year-old, will be coming to us very soon. So we're just waiting for dining to open and it will be on the table. It's not cheap, by the way. And the second is a 24-year-old berry which is harvested and it has given 2 or 3 berries, right? Which have given close to 9 kg of eggs, which will also be the rarest in the world. So Malaysia will have 2 rare caviars in the world from the time dining starts until that stock ends with me. So that's about it. Don't forget to keep checking with us What do you think, Stefan? Will we be able to take caviar to the next level in the country and make people have really good quality caviar?
As what I mentioned for the flour at the beginning, definitely we do whatever we can do.
We'll bring it up.
We bring up any rare caviar if we can. If there is a production, definitely we do.
If there is production, if we enter the bid, if we can win the bid, Malaysia will now have one of the best caviars will have the best caviars in the world.
Straight from Caspian Sea.
Yes, straight from the Caspian Sea, farmed, which actually goes to the Western world. Right? Good. Brendan, happy that you joined hands with you good friends, ended up becoming businessmen thanks to him getting a beluga for you and you tasting it and life-changing experience.
You're right.
And now we are giving Malaysia one of the best producers.
And soon the world.
Soon the world. Thank you very much. This is Caviar with my dearest business partners, Brendan, Stefan, one Malaysian, one Persian, natural organica and flour. Thank you.